I'm Margaret in Windsor, and I'm up a little late tonight. I went to bed because I'd worked and was kind of exhausted. I'd done laundry, and it was kind of hard for me to do, get to the machine and everything. And I had a bit to wash. I guess I'm responding to a comment, which was quite odd, I felt. I never seen this person before with their comments, and that they should zero in on something that I put in a video a couple of days ago now. I came back from the grocery store, and whatever happened in the cab driver, and I'm beginning, anyway, I'm not going to go any further with that. Maybe one day it'll all be told, I hope so. I will say this, odd how, I cared very much for people to the point of probably my own. I thought people would care about this, and I realized too that probably it was all part of a higher plan. And if I'm babbling, I'll just keep on, I guess, if that's what people like to call it. And anyway, wonder why this person, out of everything, picked that out. And by the way, no, I didn't find them. They kind of have more of the same thing. The cab driver, if he was, what happened there, I've thought about it, and it really angers me because I'm really not going to say much more about it, except one of the murders that can be proven in this mind control murders that I've told that were done in patterns. This is, oddly enough, one of them that can be proven. If you put it, you got to get it before a court of law. It's not so hard to prove. So you wonder why it hasn't been done. I'm very tired of beating my head against a stone wall. Some people, a lot, are nice, and then there's always these that you wonder why. I wonder why. So I'm just going to make this comment. There's nothing I can do about that, and I'm not sure of all, except it made me wonder after I was able to get back in here and got over whatever. This murder that happened to this girl happened a few years ago, and the man is in prison in Fairfax, Virginia. It was another murder of an English girl. Her parents had come over here, and she was in school in Charlottesville, Virginia, and she died. She was taken out, and no, I haven't forgotten it. I'm tried to write about all this, and she was taken out, way out in the, well, there's some people there, but it was a secluded place, and all that was done to her, and she was left there in the weather. And then the other girl that I won't mention, her family's from here, and they're prominent. And anyway, I guess I didn't know for a long time that this girl, that her family's from here in Roanoke, I did not know until about not quite a year ago that this man that's in prison now, that the way he abducted her was she was locked out of a, well, I'll date it here, Metallica rally, whatever you want to say, concert, I should say. Somehow she got locked out. And somehow she ended up in, this is the part I didn't know this was told, and I found out evidently it's true. she had gotten hurt or something trying to get back in. I don't know how she got locked out. I'd have to go back. And I found out that she'd gotten into the cab with him. This person, I'd never heard that's in prison now for the two murders. Anyway, I'm trying to think here at night of that I'm having to wake up. Well, it's not that late, but I was tired and I did a lot. Tried to do a lot today. Anyway, I never knew that. It was the first I knew that she had gotten into a cab. She went out to went outside for some reason and couldn't get back in. For some reason, they didn't let her back in. She didn't have her pass, and maybe her phone or something. She didn't have to call her friends who were inside so they could let her in. Point is that this wasn't told that I remember it all, and I just found out about it. I think it was last year, last year, I guess, that this guy's in prison now in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm sorry, Fairfax. They're right there together for the two murders. That she gotten into a cab with him. That he was a cab driver. That's the first I ever heard he drove a taxi. Because he was supposed to have worked at the hospital as a technician there in Charlottesville. So now that I find out, and I'm quite sure I didn't see this. Well, I know I didn't see it. I don't know that it was ever told that she got into a cab. So I started wondering what happened to me the other day. It's so odd and scary. And I don't know what part, if any, it ever plays in this. But it's still scary. So that means he took this young girl. And this is a mind control murder, so you can prove it if it ever gets put into a court of law. This part of it. They leave out all this about mind control. They say it can't be proven and it's not credible and all this. Well, one day maybe it'll be told. Maybe this will be the one to tell it on. But, I wonder if when he got her in, you can lock the door and she couldn't get out. And obviously she'd been hurt somehow. And I don't know. But I do know what this man did. I don't know his part played in anything other than this is a way you can abduct someone and take them out and brutally kill them. And this man that committed these murders was programmed. So, but I wonder about the whole scenario that happened. It was so odd and so. I wonder if, I'm just going to put this forward, if, now, I don't know that her abduction was carried out this way, but there was a cab involved. And it's odd that I've never heard of that until last year, about that. And you assume that he locked the doors on her. Well, maybe that's how he did it. But I wonder if, what else plays in the abduction, if they can use, not funny. Because what I heard was this sorry sot turned the music from up in front with him, suddenly back there where I'm at, and it was blasting. And it was a horrible, I've never heard that song in my whole life, what was being said. And I honestly, that was it. That I wanted so I can remember saying, "You sick, vile," and I couldn't say anything. That's the last I remember. That was turning from Kroger. You go up a little bit and you turn on Plantation Road. Had gotten just a little bit up Plantation Road, and that happened. And next thing I know, I'm coming to, and I'll say that, and I had not had anything since breakfast. I had coffee here, which I've had every, I better not put that up either, right? I mean, there's some sick people out. Really, there are. Anyway, I had nothing. I went to Kroger. I bought my groceries, a few groceries I had, and I had some other things that there was a mess about. I had to, I had a few places, things that, without going, there's no need going into that. I got a few groceries and called the cab, and the problem is I'd seen this person. I'd gotten in the cab four times over the past year and a half. I don't think I'd ever seen this man till a year and a half ago. And what on earth does somebody get off on a 79-year-old woman getting grabby fingers? It stayed with me. I don't know what really this has to do, if anything, with those. I started wondering about it, though. Could I have ended up out there simply getting in a cab that I had called, that LOA helps me pay for, and it's through the airport limo? I mean, and when I tried to report it after it happened, because I came to, I'll go ahead and say it, when the cab drove in here where I'm living, off the main highway on here, onto this drive up here. And this sorry SOB, I can remember being in the cab with him, and I was leery of it after that first incident. And I would always sit in the back seat, and I didn't like him. Anyway, this happened, and it was like I hadn't drank anything or eaten anything that somebody could put something in. So it was the music that it makes me wonder if some kind. And I remember he was the one I got last month, the cab driver, at one point, either bringing me or taking me back from the store. And he had a briefcase that looks just like mine, my briefcase that is here in my room here. Odd that he'd have it same place right there, keep it there, driving a cab. I intend to try and follow up, because they have to sign a sheet that the customer signs to get paid from LOA. So there has to be a record of him. Not that I could ever get anything done. Look at all this that's happened to me, so, big deal. But my point is, it made me, after I'd gotten back here and I was disoriented and had double vision, I couldn't get the prepaid card. I couldn't see some figures. I really couldn't, and I needed to get something done. I knew that. A bill paid. And I couldn't see. It was such double vision, I couldn't find my glasses. And that's what somebody wrote in. Out of all the things that I've put up on YouTube and everything, this person just not a day ago, I hadn't read it, so it was sometime today, put that up. Well, lucky you found your glasses. I thought out of all this stuff, so I would get into telling about what happened to the glasses, how they, no, I didn't find them. Getting into me somehow explaining and all this. Anyway, it made me wonder if what happened to this girl. You simply get into a cab, and he either had to have done something at that point or locked the doors, or what happened to me, because I literally, when that music blasted, he switched it from front to back where I'm at, and it's so loud, and it was such a vile, ugly, that's what I remember. I was going to tell him what a sick person he was, and that's the last I remember till it turned in here. So you're talking about a space of time that wasn't all that much, I don't think, but that it would take about 15 minutes from where I remember turned on to Plantation to get here. So what happened during that time period? And then the sicko parked the cab where I told him because he could bring the bags. I'd never touched the bags. I want you to remember that. To this person who made a point of I found my glasses. I never touched the bags. The black lady back at the store that was so odd that was there, she helped put a bag in the back of his car, supposedly a taxi that I'm getting into, and he gets the other two. I'd never touched them. They were in the front of the basket. They had put, it's those big paper bags, and the only one that touched them was the person that bagged it, and then they put them in the cab. And what's she doing there? That's a question I asked, and somebody come back, well, she probably needed it. Well, I put it all up there. I don't know where people come from some point. But my point back to this, they were together on it. I mean, they were. Whatever was intended to do, they were in on it. And so the glasses, anyway, were in the bag when I came in to come around and open the sliding glass door, and I told him just to, since that's an easy part, just to put it there and put my groceries outside the sliding glass door. And he was still parked there, and he turned his lights on, flashing them at me like, why? The sick, I mean, it's just horrible. Now, I got the grocery bags in, and I went to my purse to find my glasses, and I was disoriented and double vision and everything, and I was trying to I had to get the figures off of this, and I couldn't read the figures off of something I had to do. I'm not going to go into every move I'm making. I'm trying to get a bill paid, let me say that. And I can't see anything. Now then, I came back. This sorry sot had put my glasses. He had to have had my purse to open when whatever happened. I passed out, and something he did, I don't know. I hope the man did not assault me in any way. I wish somehow, it so disturbs me that people can do just about anything to me and get away with it. And then I have this odd comment come back, and from a person I've never heard from in my life, and all the videos that I've done over the years. And zero in, it's nice that you found your glasses. No, I didn't. The sorry sot had put them down in my grocery bag that I had not touched. That's where they were. So that meant he had access to my purse. And I went over to see if anything was taken out of it. And I thought it was at first, and it was. If it was, it wasn't. As far as I know, nothing was taken. So I'm back to this. Oh, I was wondering about these murders. It was a black man that was put in prison up there, and it was never told that he was a cab driver until I found out last year. No, at least not in all. It happened in '09 when she was abducted, I believe. Yeah, it wasn't